Hello everyone, Drew Wilson of Your Era Gamer here. Today we'll be traveling to the year of 2009. This is when the PlayStation 3 game Dirt 2 was released. This is a sequel to the game Dirt. So, I've got 10 minutes on the clock. Let's check this one out. And before you ask, yeah, I did get a chance to play Dirt, and it was a good game. I liked it. Not a perfect game, but it was a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. So this is the first major race in this game, and I did record a first impression video of this actual race, and I did get 10 minutes into this video, and right at the very end I found out that the microphone was on mute. So this is the second. So this is the second round on this track, and it's only slightly better than the first. So the game does set you up for different names and stuff like that, and you're able to type in your own name, but you also have an announcer name, so you can choose whatever name you want for the announcer. And as it turns out, I do not have my first name in the list, so I picked one that was somewhat close to it anyway. What can you do? It's a small feature anyway. There's only so many voice samples you can have. So yeah, intro race. Oh, jeez. Well, when you're flying through the air and the vehicle ahead of you is sideways and stopped and you have no traction at all, what do you want from me? Yeah. Well, not the cleanest race, but a race nevertheless.
Hey Dean, you pulled out all the stops.
Cool. So that's the first race. So you start off with level 1, and you do get cash prizes and you get experience points. I don't think it gets. And you get liveries for moving ahead in this game. So, oh, cash bonus, interesting.
Hey Dean, your driving was awesome back there.
Excellent.
Hi, my name's Tanner Faust. It's great.
So as you progress, it seems like you're unlocking different areas in the world, and at first you get the Baja, Croatia, and London, which I was just in. Croatia is the second race I picked, so I will pick that again. There we go. We'll go to my rides, since this is the only car I had before and still the only car I have now. I'll pick that again. And I'll let this load. So this is a rallycross race, and it was, interestingly enough, a staggered start race. And the last time I played a game with a staggered start race that I can recall
Awesome. The people here know how to party.
was Top Gear Rally 2. And I always thought Top Gear Rally 2 had an interesting concept of incorporating such races. And it was surprising how few games actually, incorporate that. There we go.
Medium right,
So you do get
medium right long.
a co-pilot in this race, so you get an idea of what's coming ahead of you.
Medium left 40.
Besides, oh boy,
Easy right 60.
besides just seeing what's ahead of you. So, and the other thing about these kind of races, and just point to point in general, is that instead of like lap races where you're trying to measure like within inches of where your tires should be, how fast you should be going, that sort of thing, there is a lot less of that in point to point races, because once you get around that bend, you're not going back there. You're not going around that bend again unless you're doing the race all over again, which is possible. But it's all about more like trying to, on average, do better around the bends more than anything else. So it's less about perfection unless you really know the track at like the back of your hand, and just trying to do what you can under the circumstances and get through that. So the good thing about staggered starts is that it is still about trying to get a good time, but it's more critical because you're not racing to be the first across the finish line, you're racing to get the best time. And with the stagger start race, you get less overtaking, so you are more focused on trying to put up a really good line. And this is a little bit difficult because I'm talking over top of my co-pilot, so I'm a little bit... I have a little bit less information. Oh, that was a tight one. There we go. I even started getting close to overtaking someone, actually. Clean race. And I actually was able to get a clean race previously. And you get an achievement for that. And I did get an achievement, but unfortunately it wasn't recorded. But if this was the first race, I would get the clean racing achievement as well. But I already have it. So we get that. So yeah, it's kind of surprising that more games don't incorporate like stagger start race, because it's like it has an interesting variety to the game, and yet it just seems to be overlooked by a lot of different games. I don't know if there was other games that incorporate that I played that I just am not remembering, but yeah, I think it was that one game that I played that I remember playing stagger start races. Okay, so whatever a throwdown is, I guess I have that now. Thank you for loading. And this is the third race I was gonna play. Might have a time to do it this time around, I don't know. Well, I'll just pick whatever. We're not finicky at this point. These are all like novice races anyway. Yeah, one thing's for sure is that when you're trying to race in a sim racing on asphalt and it's all heavily controlled, much different racing style than like dirt style racing. And some games, some sim racings like Gran Turismo and Forza, and they do incorporate the odd racing there, but yeah, you really do feel the differences in the two styles of racing. A lot more sliding around, that's for sure. Okay, let's just go to a location. Yeah, this is definitely a race that was incorporated heavily in the first Dirt game, or at least Colin McRae Dirt, the previous game to this one. There's other Dirt games apparently that are much older. I've only played the two games, this one and the other one. Oh, we are flipping out already.
Everybody's pretty focused today, huh?
Alright, let's head around the bend here. In fact, this race does remind me a bit of the previous game. It's not the same, but it does remind me of it a bit. So there we go. We reached the podium. At least for now. How many laps? We have a second lap after this. Alright, lap 2. And as much as I want to complete the race and see if I win, probably will end up winning, I don't know. We'll see. That is it for the video, so definitely really interesting. I mean, it definitely throws out the variety, at least at the very beginning. It throws you a lot of variety. I could tell by the different types of races. Like, this race had like that really wide like start line, and everyone starts at the same spot. And then there was the pole position style racing at the beginning, and then there's a stagger start race. So definitely a lot of different variety going on with this game already, and there's probably going to be more of that moving forward. So it's that's what I'd like to see. And the other thing too is that the races at the beginning are much shorter, so that it allows you to get a good feel for the game itself and how different vehicles perform and that sort of thing. So it gives you a chance to kind of learn that, and I like to see that a lot in racing games, like just making it really easy for novice players to kind of get into the game. So yeah, a lot of interesting features. Definitely looking forward to seeing how the rest of the game has to offer. But enough about me. I've been chatting on quite a long time now, so I wanted to hear from you. What'd you think of Dirt 2? Or I think it's sometimes referred to as Colin McRae Dirt 2. Was this a really good game? Did you really thoroughly enjoy it? Or was this just another racing game that you decided to play and it was okay kind of thing? Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are below on that one. For those of you who haven't played this game but have played other Dirt games, what did you think of what you saw in the video here? Does this look like a really interesting game to you? Maybe this is a game that you may have missed at some point. I know I had a hard time trying to find this game at all, so it's actually impressive that I was able to play this game at all, but I got the opportunity, managed to get that at least. But does this look like a game that you want to play, or is this maybe more of the same and you have preferences for other games? Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this as well. And for those of you who haven't played any of the Dirt games at all, what did you think of what you saw here? Does this look like kind of an interesting game for you to play? Does it have like some interesting vibes that remind you of other games? Or maybe this is just another racing game and racing isn't necessarily your cup of tea, I guess you could say. Anyway, either way, just let me know in the comments below. So I guess that is all for now, and until next time, what is your era?